I better not say that so early in the video here. YouTube might stop people seeing it. This is far and away the most epic Tesla earnings call of all time. No hyperbole. Elon Musk in a great mood. So too the guy currently recording this. Typically I'd have some highlights from the actual earnings report itself opening the video, but this is far too important, so let's get straight into it. Elon Musk opening up, pointing out that Tesla's Q4 represented an annualized rate of 2 million vehicles per year. Who cares? Model Y, the best-selling vehicle of any kind in 2024, but who cares? Elon then saying that, trying to say that Tesla's doubling down on autonomy, but that's not really the right analogy. More like 10xing down. What would that be, like a dectupling down? I don't even know. And importantly, Musk pointing out that Tesla's recent investments over the last year or so will bear immense fruit in the future. So big, it's difficult to comprehend. Musk continuing this train of thought, saying that he does see a path, which obviously is not a guarantee, but he does see a path for Tesla to become the most valuable company in the world. By far. Wait for it. And he also sees a path for Tesla to not only become the most valuable company in the world, but for Tesla to become worth more than the next 5 most valuable companies on the planet combined. And I just want to take a moment here. Elon is no moron. He's not thinking about today's valuations. He's accounting for future growth in the world's top 5 most valuable companies over time before Tesla overtakes and then massively exceeds these companies. And spoiler alert, among the world's most valuable companies today, we're talking around a $3 trillion sort of valuation today. Do the math. Absurd. And why would Tesla become more valuable than the world's next 5 most valuable companies combined? Overwhelmingly due to autonomy and robots. Elon also points out that 2026 is going to be epic, and 27 and 28 ridiculous. In fact, abso-fucking-lutely ridiculous. Obviously driven primarily by autonomy and the ramp of the humanoid robot. Elon also rightly pointing out that few people understand the value of autonomy or Tesla's ability to monetize their existing fleet of vehicles. Elon also pointing out things that may not be obvious to everyone. Autonomy is not just for people, but also for commercial deliveries. He gave some examples: restocking a restaurant overnight, delivering packages at all hours. And just think about this. Some of the earliest examples of deploying Optimus humanoid robots in the real world could be that last few feet or meters of delivery. If you've got a Tesla Robotaxi, you want to order something online, you have the package delivered 30 minutes later to your door in the middle of the night, placed gently on your doorstep by an Optimus humanoid robot, driven there in a Tesla Robotaxi. I mean, bro, huge opportunity. We also learned that currently battery packs are Tesla's big constraint. Elon continuing his train of thought, saying that things are really going to go ballistic next year and really ballistic in 2027 and 2028. My question to you is, what if he's right? And now, the big one. I hope you're sitting down for this. Long term, Optimus has the potential to be north of $10 trillion in revenue. It's really bananas. Now, I'm just going to say that again. Long term, Optimus, north of 10 trillion in revenue. That's trillion with a T. And every time I hear a prediction like this, I'm like, this motherfucker. Let me check. And sure enough, I have discovered in my long-term Tesla valuation model, in my base case, keeping in mind this is long-term and there's a huge degree of uncertainty, but I do have Tesla Optimus heading north of $10 trillion in revenue. As I record this, currently in 2041. Now, just to be really clear with you guys, I don't share more than 10 years into the future with my valuation model. My Patreon subscribers get access to that at the investor level and above, but it's only 10 years that I share publicly. But I privately model out well beyond that. The reason I don't share well beyond that is because the degree of uncertainty is so high. Thus, the predictions have such a low level of confidence that it's not worth publicly sharing them. But it's absolutely worth the exercise of modeling this out. Now, this $10 trillion figure has not just been plucked out of the air. Elon's thought about this and how Tesla would get there. He doesn't just throw numbers out randomly, okay? Now, this may or may not happen, and who knows how long it takes to happen. But it is absolutely true that long-term, Tesla's Optimus humanoid robot does have the potential to bring in more than $10 trillion in revenue annually. Which is why a really smart investor would totally ignore the Optimus humanoid robot until after it's already being sold to customers, plus ignore the implications, because I'm still buying and I'd rather people didn't really think that this was possible. Thanks. But wait, there's more. Make sure you got something to clean up. Quote, "We are launching unsupervised FSD as a paid service in Austin in June." There you go. So I'm talking to you at the end of January. So we're talking about 5 months from now. 5 months, and FSD launches in the first city in the United States to the public. Fucking epic. Musk continues. Teslas will be in the wild with no one in them in Austin in June. Elon also trolling himself a little bit. Earth to Elon. Come back to reality a little bit. He pointing out that he says, I realize the Optimus revenue predictions sound insane, but I think they will prove to be accurate. And again, that's why I went and looked at my own valuation model. Are we even close to the same ballpark over the long term? And sure fucking enough, we are. It's so easy to be utterly dismissive when you hear a number like $10 trillion in revenue. Oh, that's no way, bro. Ignore. Better approach would be to actually try to model out over the ultra long term what it could look like and work back from there. Doesn't mean you come to the same kind of numbers. But if you haven't at least undertaken the exercise to model this out, you have no right to dismiss Musk's predictions as insane, despite the fact that they sound exactly that. More juicy details on Optimus. Musk says that our goal is to ramp Optimus faster than anything ever before. Pointing out also that Tesla's aspiration, which obviously isn't a guarantee of outcomes, but their aspiration is to ramp by an order of magnitude per year. In other words, a 10 times increase in production. But obviously, he admits that's going to be super difficult. But maybe we get halfway there. Maybe it's half an order of magnitude per year. Then goes on to point out, so not a 50% increase per year, but 500%. Now, none of this is a guarantee. But Musk has just outlined Tesla's internal goals, what they're aiming for. What's the saying? Aim for the stars, you might hit the moon. I implore everyone watching, you have to take the time to model out Tesla's Optimus humanoid robot. Plus autonomy, but you got to think about this stuff over the long term. Different scenarios. This is why I got a bear case and a base case and a bull case and even a hyper bull case. What's the worst case? What's the best case? What's somewhere in between? What I think is realistic. Again, if you guys want to join Patreon, you can see my own estimates only over the next 10 years though, in the bear case, the base case, the bull case, and the hyper bull case, which includes the Optimus humanoid robot. And by the way, the revenue primarily isn't coming from hardware sales, but recurring software to actually operate the things. By joining Patreon, the link in the pinned comment at the investor level and above. Better yet, make your own model. But if you at least want to see a starting point, my own assumptions over the next 10 years, you find them there. And the last couple of comments from Musk. Energy storage, which everyone seems to be ignoring, is a big deal and will become incredibly important in the future. And 2025 may be viewed as the most important year in Tesla's history. And let me just join the dots for you, because first Robotaxi's launch and first Optimus humanoid robots enter production, each of which will make the rest of Tesla's existing business look like a rounding error. So don't say, he didn't warn you. Holy shit. Now, let's get to some highlights from the actual earnings report, which, oh God, compared to this, fucking yawn festival. A few highlights from Tesla's Q4 and 2024 update. 8.4 billion in non-GAAP net income for the full year and 2.6 billion in the fourth quarter. A $7.5 billion increase in cash and investments, which now sits at a balance of $36.6 billion. That is quite a war chest. A 400% increase in AI training compute. Over 3 billion miles driven cumulatively on FSD supervised, and that's as of January. Remember, data is how this gets better, and no one else is capturing this amount of data. Unlike an LLM, which you can train off the open internet, bam, you got a lot of access to language. There's no magic catch-up to Tesla button when it comes to FSD data. No company is collecting real-world data at even close to the rate of Tesla, so good luck catching up. And construction of the Shanghai Mega Factory, also known as a massive money printer of energy storage products, complete as well. Q4 was a record quarter for both vehicle deliveries and energy storage deployments. We expect Model Y to once again, low-key flex, be the best-selling vehicle of any kind globally for the full year of 2024. And we have made it even better with the new Model Y now launched in all markets. In 2024, we made significant investments in infrastructure that will spur the next wave of growth for the company, including vehicle manufacturing capabilities for new models, that is plural, models, AI training compute, and energy storage manufacturing capacity. An epic disclosure here. In Q4, Tesla's cost of goods sold per vehicle reached its lowest level ever at less than $35,000. And the Shanghai Mega Factory, also known as the money printing factory, was completed in December and begins ramping this quarter. Powerwall also reaching record deployments for the quarter. Now check this out. I'm going to read it exactly as written. 2025 will be a seminal year in Tesla's history as FSD Supervised continues to rapidly improve with the aim of ultimately exceeding human levels of safety. This will eventually unlock an unsupervised FSD option for our customers and the Robotaxi business, which we expect to begin launching later this year in parts of the US. We also continue to work on launching FSD supervised in Europe and China in 2025, aka this year. First Tesla Semi builds scheduled to start by the end of 2025 and the ramp of the Tesla Semi early 2026, plus preparation underway for Cybercab lines at Gigafactory Texas with volume production planned for 2026. Tesla being a little coy about their more affordable range of vehicles, probably not wanting to distract too much from the refresh Model Y, but quote, preparations are underway across our existing factories for the launch of new products in 2025, including more affordable models. More affordable models. That's it. They don't tell us much more, but we can speculate. An SUV almost guaranteed, a sedan almost guaranteed, maybe more variations, but at least those two, and probably only those two. Some nerdy details about Tesla's AI improvements on FSD. We've heard about Cortex, which is a gigantic AI training cluster with about 50,000 H100s. This is enabling massive progress and huge improvements on FSD V13. This is millions of miles driven before an accident occurs. In red, we have Tesla vehicles using autopilot. Q4 2019 was just around 3 million miles per accident. Now, Q4 24, 6. I rest my case. Energy storage deployments continuing to grow at a staggering rate, and this is before the Shanghai Megafactory has begun volume production. Look the fuck out. Tesla expects an increase in vehicle deliveries year over year. Again, mentioning not just autonomy, but the introduction of new products. Again, plural, on profit. Quote, while we continue to execute on innovations to reduce the cost of manufacturing operations over time, we expect our hardware-related profits to be accompanied by an acceleration of AI, software, and fleet-based profits. Of course, if you're a Wall Street analyst, it's against the law to currently enter any of these into your spreadsheet, your long-term valuation model. You have to ignore them until they happen, which is probably a mistake. Today, Tesla is making billions of dollars selling vehicles. These profits will pale in comparison to the profits generated from AI software and, as they state, fleet-based profits. Don't say I didn't warn you. And again, plans for new vehicles, including more affordable models, remain on track for start-off production in the first half of 2025. This is not new information. In fact, it looks like an identical copy-paster from the last report. Just signals Tesla's still on track, but this was obvious. How do I know? Well, the Model Y's global launch paved the way for this. Watch, as most analysts, by the way, completely ignore this again. And on the Cybercab, quote, our purpose-built Robotaxi product, the Cybercab, will continue to pursue a revolutionary unboxed manufacturing strategy and is scheduled for volume production starting in 2026. So also on track, this remains unchanged or almost unchanged from the last report. Recapping, multiple new, more affordable Tesla vehicles first half of this year, deliveries of the refresh Model Y, it's launched everywhere. Next year, volume production on both the Semi and the Cybercab. And Tesla's still aiming for the first autonomous vehicles in existing vehicles with the software update this year. Next 12 months for Tesla are going to be out of control. And just wrapping up the highlights from the actual report before we get to the call. On screen now, Tesla's average cost of goods sold per vehicle. This trend will continue, and it matters. So absolutely no doubt, most epic Tesla earnings call of all time, hands down, not even close. The real question, will investors, institutional investors, analysts, believe anything Elon Musk said about Tesla's goals or future potential, especially the launch of their first unsupervised FSD service beginning in Austin? They're aiming for June, and the truly astronomical financial implications of the Optimus humanoid robot over the long term. Elon Musk clearly in a great mood today, sharing some juicy long-term predictions, goals, and aspirations, and a bunch of bombshells. Who saw the disclosure of the first Tesla FSD unsupervised service launching on this call? Who was expecting them to announce a date, a month, and a city? Okay, just let's recap, by the way. Tesla's Model Y now launched globally, the refresh. Multiple new Tesla products, as in vehicles, more affordable vehicles, first half of this year. And first Tesla Robotaxis, first half of this year. And then long-term, $10+ trillion of revenue potential on the Optimus humanoid robot. Holy fuck. Want more content? Early access? A bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. Just got my AG1 in the mail, legit feeling the effects after day 3. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.